Namaste, friends. So, once again, a very joyful welcome. Many known faces, many known students now who are Kriyabans. They are mentors themselves. So, it's really nice to see your spiritual growth and advancement. It is Master's Grace who's with us all the time. So, friends, now we come to the topic today, the importance of Satsang. First of all, since so many of us are here, I do understand that the people do appreciate the importance or significance of being in a satsang. So Swami Kriyanand used to said the influences that we allow in our lives, whether they are good or not so good, have a major impact on our spiritual growth. He also said the real value, the real significance of the places like Ananda Sangha centers is that it allows us to be with other like-minded individuals who will help us in our spiritual journey. Swami Kriyanand in 1990s, he wrote The Art and Science of Raja Yoga, a beautiful book which we all use in our level 2. And then he designed a correspondence course on that book. The correspondence course was 7 months long, and in a month, two chapters were sent to the people to study and practice. But he found, as the leader of that course, as the correspondent of that course, the biggest difficulty the people faced when they were following this correspondence course was their difficulty, inability to sustain the initial enthusiasm that they felt. Swami Kirananji goes on to say, this is a problem, or this is the true for all the people, whether they are beginners or they have been on the path for a long time. We come with a lot of enthusiasm and it's difficult to sustain that enthusiasm. I can share my own experience too. When I came on the path initially when I was looking for a path, when I came on the path of Kriya Yoga in about 2003 or 4, so I also, since I was working and I had a very tight schedule at work, I applied for a correspondence course. And the letters and the course material used to come every Sunday. I would assign a certain time of the day, 2-3 hours that I'm going to read and practice, and that enthusiasm was huge in the beginning, and I made good progress. But as the time progressed, there were questions, and the energy somewhere was slowing down. And then I realized that I could not continue with the correspondence course on my own. I needed the environment, that magnetic vibration exchange of that energy. I couldn't do it on my own. And that is the time I found Ananda Sangha centers and I started going to the center, and then the journey was much more smooth. So Swami Kriyanandji goes to say that he found on the spiritual path, apart from meditation, keeping the company of the people who are spiritual, who are like-minded, is absolutely equally essential. We cannot go on in the spiritual path solo, not possible. So he says, as Swami Paramhansa Yogananda said, that the environment is stronger than our willpower. We need to have the environment of the like-minded people, of the Guru Bhais, who also are seeking spiritual development. Yogananji says that the company that you find, the company that you keep, it decides that the feelings of your heart, the energy of your heart, whether it is going to move or travel towards devotion or towards emotion. Am I going to get more emotional with the things of the material world around me, or am I going to be more devotional? And he says, the company that we keep plays an important part. Where do we find that company? We find that company when we join the courses which are spiritual. If all of us are here are following the path of the Kriya Yoga, then we have to come to the satsangs, we have to come to the centers, or whenever the Zoom classes are happening, we have to find that company in those classes. In the beginning, when the Zoom classes started, friends, I thought, oh, I am now going to see the people face to face. I took the first class of the Zoom sessions when it was founded by Naya Swami Devarshiji and Shankaraji in 2006. It was level 3 first class. They said, now go ahead, live. I sat down in front of the screen and I just saw faces. I said, oh, I'm talking to the faces on the screen. Where are the live bodies? But over the years now, has been almost 8 years, I find that even in the Zoom when we are sitting, we are looking at each other's faces. We are looking at the live eyes. Eyes are the camera of our soul. We have a vibrational exchange. So there's importance because our willpower can take us this long. But if we want to go higher, we have to be in the company of the Guru Bhais. When very sweet devotee came to Master and he said, Master, but what about me? I really don't have any company of the devotees or like-minded people. What should I do? Master looked at him dearly and said, when you are alone, am I not with you? Friends, Master is here now. He is in Nandani's home. He is with Maushmi, Anjana, everybody and the whole group. It is not that the Master is not there. It is that we have not linked, we have not created that bond from our side enough. We have not opened those curtains for the light of the Master, for the love of the Master to flow to us. See, anybody will come to our house when we invite him. We can't be sitting in my home and hoping and praying that Trisha will come to my house. Trisha can't. I have to call her. I have to message her. You're free, come over. So, if we want Master's grace to flow with us, if we want to go deeper in our sadhana, we have to invite Master. We have to talk to him. Master, whatever am I doing, you think it is as per your directions? As per your guidance? Whenever we are doing something during the day, after our meditation, we connect with the Gurus very well during our meditation. And then come back next morning again, or in the night 10 minutes. But what about the 23 hours that have elapsed in between? We've forgotten our buddy? We have forgotten our dearest friend? We have lost him? How can that be? Whenever we remember, close your eyes, say to him, I love you. But I don't love you enough. You teach me how to love me. Because you love me with all my flaws. Your love is so pure. Your love is so unconditional. I want to develop the same love in my heart. I'll share with you one thing. Recently, in my own family, with some of the closest and closest and closest of relatives, I was finding that they were getting involved into small, meaningless things, petty things. I thought they were petty. Maid came late or maid came early, whatever, small things, and losing their inner calm, peace over those small things. So I thought in my mind that I cannot go on listening to these stories for a long time, okay? So I have to reduce my time with them, or maybe take a break from those things for some time. When these thoughts, friends, were running in my mind for last 3-4 days, and then yesterday, after meditation, from nowhere, a talk pops up on the real, true love of the Divine Guru. And one sentence in that talk said that Guru loves all of us regardless of where we are in our development of consciousness. We are here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm there, I'm here. But Guru is all over. He is not judging that this devotee I have to love more because he has a higher consciousness and this one less because this one is little petty. I don't want to go there. Guru doesn't think that way. When our love for the Guru develops more and more, friends, that is the time we stop judging. We love all equally. Maybe the people who lose their calm and peace easily, they need our attention more. But Swami Kriyanand always gave us one rule. He said, when you connect with the people, connect to the extent that you never lose your bottom line of the peace. Never allow that to get lost. Because if all of us here lose the bottom line of our peace, sustenance of our consciousness level, then we lost it. So we can't afford to do that. So understand that in the value of the being with the Guru Bhais on the spiritual journey. Now, we may think that here I'm trying to say that being in a center or being with the communities is an essential part of the spiritual journey. It is essential, it is very important, it helps a lot, but at the same time, Swami Yogananda used to say, learn to create your own satsang with the saints. Create your own satsang. He says, wherever you are, whether you're in India, or you're in a different country, or you are in a remote corner of India, where no one exists, he says, all we have to do is to create an uplifting environment around us. Bring people with uplifting energy in your life. And it's not about bringing uplifting people alone, it is also for us to have uplifting thoughts in our head. Very important to scan our thoughts and see, how am I thinking? What am I thinking? Is it of high value? Is it of high vibrations? Or I'm sitting silently in a corner, enjoying tearing a person into bits and pieces, silently in my mind. Nobody's hearing, there are walls around me, but what is happening to my own energy? It is all negative pleasure of the material world that we are trying to earn at that time. So, Swami Yogananda said, as I was just mentioning, that develop your own private satsang with the saints. How do we do that? Well, on the path of the Kriya Yoga or spiritual journey, friends, it is very nice to read the lives of the saints we have known, we've heard about. There are many saints in India. There's Ramakrishna Paramhansa, Shardama, and Swami Rama of South. Many saints, many stories, small booklets are available. He said, read them. And when you are reading those small life stories, some of them will attract you a lot. When I came on the path, I used to always ask one question because I was a beginner and I hadn't developed that kind of relationship with my Guru Paramhansa Yogananda. I hadn't started experiencing his presence, his vibrations. So I used to ask people, I'm on this path. I'm devoted, I'm very loyal, I'm here. But just tell me, there is a living, self-realized Guru anywhere in India where I can go and meet him? Because I myself was not evolved enough. And that is the time I was told about a Guru, Swami Gyananandji in Dehradun. So from my work, the moment I had the first weekend available to me, I drove down to Dehradun. And so he was only going to meet people, not me alone, in the evening. The day I went to Ananda Ma's ashram. She has a huge ashram there in Dehradun. And I was meditating. Ma gave up her body there. So wherever the saint gives us the body, there's a huge store of energy there. So why the store of energy is necessary? Because wherever there is a higher energy and we are meditating there, our meditation becomes deep very quickly. That's the advantage. And that is why we say, oh, this place is very powerful, because it helped me to go deep into my meditation. So anyway, I met Swami Gyananji in the evening. He was from Switzerland, and he had come to India all the way walking on foot as a 17-year-old kid. When I met him, he was in his 80s. So he had been in India for so long. He never used to speak, he only used to chant Om. But in the evening, he used to have bhajans, so he chanted all the bhajans of Shiva. I had taken some fruits. He looked at the fruits and then he smiled at me. And I do not know how he communicated to me. He pointed to the fruits, making me aware, have you washed them before putting them in the altar? And I hadn't. So I got up, washed, put them there. And how that communication happened, I don't know, because he only said Om. So such are the powerful vibrations of the people. So Yogananji said, when you're living in a home, whichever saint you relate to, have his pictures around in your room. Have his sayings around in your home. If he has chanted, listen to those chants. Try to chant yourself his chants. When we do this, when we copy that, we ourselves start evolving and deepening our meditation. That bond helps us a lot in doing that. Sister Gyanamata, I have often recommended in my course, reading the book God Alone, where is an exchange of letters. What did she do? In the room where she lived, she had put small placards saying, God alone, God alone, God alone. Nothing else existed in life. And when she was saying God alone, as far as when we read her life, it is Guru alone, Guru alone. Her thoughts were all centered around the Guru. When the Guru was not in the ashram where she was living, she hardly had any time with the Guru, but the impact was so strong that she says, wherever he was, she knew where he was, and they could exchange their thoughts through vibrations. And she had the pictures of Swami Yogananda all over in her room and his sayings. If the master had given her any gifts during the Christmas time, in those good old days when master was present in his physical body, she had everything which reminded her of master. So if you want to deepen our meditation, have things around you which draw you to your spiritual journey, to your guru or to the spiritual saint who's there with you, guiding you. So create your own satsang in your home environment. Go to the centers, and Swami Kiranand goes on to say that even if you are not finding, you're in a remote place, not finding the company of the people who are on your path as you are, even mixing with the people who may be on different paths but are spiritually inclined, it helps us a lot. Because finally, paths may be different, but God is one. That energy, the sublime energy, high energy, is one. So experiences are the same. I want to go to Master's home in Fort Gorpur Road. I fly from Calcutta, I go from Delhi, or Nandini comes from SA, or Trisha comes from some other part of the world. But where do we reach finally? We reach Master's home, Fort Gorpur Road. When the destination is the same, paths don't matter. And when we are sufficiently blessed in our own path, being with the others doesn't matter. We are unshaken. We are unmoved. We are loyal to our own path, our own journey. So, Swami Yogananji said often that when you are praying or when you are taking some decisions, important decisions, ask the God, ask the Guru, what I'm doing, is it pleasing to you? How sweet is the word pleasing? Not, am I doing the right thing, which is kind of an order? When you say the word, is it pleasing? Do you like it? What a soft invitation, what a soft query to that divine God. Swami Yoganand once again stressed upon keeping the company of the people who are on the spiritual path. And he used to have a special word for it, Satsang. We must be a part of Satsang. Secondly, he said, the people who have the same Guru, who are the disciples of the same Guru, he called them Guru Bhais. So we are in this session sitting here, we all follow Kriya Yoga and we are Guru Bhais. So there is a story about a Guru Bhai in Ananda village and which repeats all the time in India in the centers when I meet with people. There was a lady who came on the path of the Kriya Yoga, very inspired, very sincere, meditating. Everything goes fine in the beginning, and we have experience too. But after some time, we hit the plateau, and she hit the plateau. And she had many doubts and questions in her mind, and she was losing her faith. She tried her best, but she was on the edge. She didn't know what to do. So she called one of the senior mentors or person in Ananda village in America. She met her. And she explained, poured out her heart to her. Look, I'm so much filled with the doubts. And it is not good for me. My experience is not good. I'm not able to meditate. I'm always almost on the verge of leaving the path. This lady heard everything and told her, friend, I have been through everything that you're going through. And the lady said, who was kind of dismayed with the path, when she was leaving, her faith, her love was restored. Talking to that lady in the center was like being or watching a spiritual mirror. She saw herself. She kind of got over whatever is happening, and she again restored her faith. The lady goes on to say that on the spiritual path, we experience a connection with all the Guru Bhais we are staying. We are connected with each other. There is a divine light flowing through us of the Gurus, and we are all connected. So the lady said, one aspect of that is that I experience the divine light of the Gurus, and we are connected with the Guru Bhais. But the more important and significant thing is when we start understanding the value of having Guru Bhais. It's very beautiful that I follow my Guru, Anjana's Guru, Prema's Guru, everyone's Guru in the center, in the session today is the same. It's a beautiful feeling. But Guru is the same, but it is when we start understanding the value of that of the relationship of the Guru Bhais. When we talk to the Guru Bhai friends, I have tried so many times the people have called me, spoken to me. Whatever is happening in the families, or whatever is going on, there is no shame in sharing what's happening. This is the grace of the Guru. We can speak first time we are meeting a Guru Bhai, and we can pour our heart without worrying about it from this person, where else it will travel. It travels nowhere, it stays there. And the Guru Bhai has every desire from the utmost love from the heart to help that person. When a devotee progresses well, the Guru Bhais smile in their heart for that devotee who's progressing. If you sit with a devotee, with a Guru Bhai in the car, you see a picture of Babaji hanging on the dashboard. There is a silent prayer for the Guru Bhai. There is a silent ray of love. There is a silent ray of appreciation, of togetherness, of that reminder of the bond that we are Guru Bhais of the same Guru. Such a confidence and faith in that fraternity. I experienced that when 2003 and 4, when I was kind of new on the path. Swami Kriyanand was in Gurgaon. He organized a spiritual fair. And there's a big thing happening about the spiritual fair. I had known about the fairs, but things were sold, but I never knew about the spiritual fair, what the spiritual fair is about. So, 30 or 40 Naya Swamis who had been on the path 50, 40 years descended in Gurgaon, all in blues. The color of Gurgaon changed. The place where the spiritual fair was going to happen, the color of that place was all blue. There were small, small shops, stalls with all the spiritual things, Kriya Malas, beautiful pictures of the masters, books, beautiful music of Swami Kriyanand. The air was filled with spiritual romance. It was beautiful. And it was one of my turning points on the path, as I had hardly been on the path for a month or two. Even it was tough for me to drive to the spiritual fair because I was thinking, what? It's a Sunday, I need to be with the family, I'm a busy career woman. And it transformed. It touched my heart. The presence of the Guru Bhai's friends, it helps us outwardly. In the satsangs, we give support to each other, and in a way, we become models or examples for each other. That's an outward manifestation. But at the same time, the Guru Bhais also help us silently in raising our inner energy in our astral spine. If you're sitting with a Guru Bhai who has been on the path for a long time, just sitting together. Naya Swami, Shivani, when she comes to India and she goes to Rishikesh often, so I tell her, when you are there, I'll come for 4 or 5 days. I don't sit and discuss spirituality and the Kriya Yoga. Well, I would advance this much, or I'm so useless, I can't do anything, I can't sit properly, and I can't. None of those things are discussed. We are just walking together by the side of Ganga, or we are sitting in a temple. We are going to the temples, which are old established temples, sitting there and meditating. It's just that. That is that spiritual vibration exchange of energy. That's all we do. And when I come back to Delhi after 3 or 4 days, I feel so much spiritually purified. And I think, oh, I never discussed anything about the Kriya Yoga path. There was no need. It was happening. It was happening. So this is the beauty, the importance, the significance of Satsang. Satsangs in the centers, satsangs with our private saints who have inspired, and satsangs with the Guru Bhais who have been on the path for a long time. One important thing that Swami Kriyanandji has emphasized, and Swami Yogananda absolutely bang on a lot, they have said that sharing what we receive, and he says, if we think of only receiving inspiration from others, we miss the chance to experience the joy of true satsang. True spiritual friendship is an exchange of energy with blessings for the giver as well as for the people who receive it. Friends, when you receive good energy, blessings, love, it cannot stop here. It must flow out to the others. People say, well, I don't have a center in my city. How will it flow out? How will I serve? How will I do seva? You're walking in the road, you see a sad face, smile. You're walking on the road, you see an old man finding it difficult to cross, hold his hand, cross. You go to a party, you find a sad face, send a silent healing prayer. You're going on the road, you have an ambulance passing you, you know there's a patient inside and a critical patient inside. Send a healing prayer for that critical patient. There's a story about a person who had almost left the body, went away to astral world and came back. And people asked what happened. He said, when I was transitioning into the astral world, there was some good soul around in the ambulance who was sending a healing prayer for me. And that power had so much, that prayer has so much power, it brought me back. So friends, silent prayers help. And when you help, you are the instrument of that energy that flows. You are that instrument of energy. And this instrument is blessed first before the person who receives it. But we don't do seva with thinking, oh, I'm going to be blessed first. No, it doesn't work like that. We give. So, friends, so remember, I just want to repeat this sentence again. The true spiritual friendship is an exchange of energy with blessings for the giver as well as for those who receive it. Share what you receive. Otherwise, we will become a stagnant pool of water where no flowers blossom, where no fish live. We want to be a pond of lotus flowers where orange, tiny, tiny fish swim in joy. Our hearts have to be like that. Aim for it. I don't mean to say is to be here now today. Aim for it. Pure, devotional, loving hearts. Open it up. Open your heart, open your home, give in your prayers everything that you can. I loved one statement of Swami Kiranand, that is, if he had something very beautiful, he had it in his home for a long time. But as the time passed, years passed, at a younger age you like something different. As you grow older, you like something different. So you love that thing, it has memories, but you're not really using it. It's beautiful. Yes, it is beautiful. Share it with the others. Let that thing live youthfully in the hands of the others. Pass it on. The same energy of that thing will be somewhere else. Share. God will give us plenty. We will never become less by giving. We will become more. My own experience. Sometimes we'll share those long experiences. So friends, we're coming close to our satsang today. I just want to close this satsang with the words of Swami Paramhansa Yogananda ji. Nothing in my life can begin or not end where I haven't remembered the beloved Guru. It is him who chose me here, who brought me here. I was nothing. I was just a robot of the software world. More software, sell more software, make more money. And he said, okay, read the book, come on the path, and then we'll see what happens. And that's what is happening. The Importance of Good Company by Paramhansa Yogananda. The company you keep is important. If you leave your coat in a room where people are smoking, pretty soon it will smell of smoke. If you leave it outside in the garden, later on when you bring it indoors, it will carry with it the fragrance of fresh air and flowers. Such is the case with the mind. Your garment of thoughts absorbs the vibrations of those with whom you mix. If you mingle with the pessimists, in time you will become a pessimist. If you mingle with cheerful, happy people, you will develop a cheerful, happy nature. Environment is stronger than willpower. To mix with worldly people without absorbing at least some of their worldliness requires great spiritual strength. Beginners on the spiritual path, especially, should be very careful in the company they keep. They should mix with the other devotees and try not to mingle with the ego-saturated worldly people. They should especially avoid people who are negative, even if they are devotees. Whether one becomes a saint or a sinner to a great extent is determined by the company he or she keeps.